In 2020, I became an election worker. It was right smack dab in the middle of the pandemic, and I had been searching for a way to support the community while we were all bumbling forward during that really strange time. I've been doing that role ever since, and I have to say, I really love it. I love the systems, I love getting to interact with all those people in different ways. But the very best part about being an election worker is when we process a new voter. You can usually spot them as soon as they enter the door. They're about 19 or 20 years old with that slightly glazed look in their eyes as they contemplate dipping their toes into the ocean of the democratic process. When an election worker signs that voter in and realizes that they're a new voter, they'll shout at the top of their lungs, "First-time voter!" And then the rest of us, no matter what we're doing, will throw up our hands and say, "Yay!" And I have to say, those moments are amazing. The first-time voters' eyes get all wide with embarrassment, and that's awesome. But more than that, each time it happens, I feel a surge of excitement for what we're doing. After working many elections and voting in many more, it's easy for the whole thing to feel expected and ordinary. But when we hoop and holler for a new voter, I'm reminded of what an honor it is to vote. How amazing to have that freedom, how extraordinary to take part in decisions about our communities. It's nice to feel that newness again. And sometimes I long to feel that way during Advent. After all, we've done Advent before. The story hasn't changed, the decorations are often the same. Many of the hymns and carols we sing to foretell and celebrate the birth of Jesus have been sung by the church for literally centuries. This has been done before. I am a busy musician during December, running from one rehearsal to the other, notes everywhere, scores flying. Sometimes the business of music making puts me in the real danger of having Christmas happen to me and not within me. When I'm in seasons like that, I find that I better be intentional about searching for the promise of this season, lest the magic of it pass me by. Sometimes inspiration strikes, and other times we have to seek it out. Just think of the candles that we light during Advent. Hope doesn't just happen, we have to look for it. Faith doesn't just pop up in people, it has to be nurtured and encouraged. Love, sometimes it takes a lot of work to love. And there are times when joy has to be dug up and dusted off before we can recognize it. There are seasons when exaltation takes some effort, and that's okay. If you ever find yourself in an Advent that maybe feels too familiar, take some small steps to see things afresh. Like, can the Christmas tree go in a different room than it usually does? Or what if you arrive to church a few minutes early these next few weeks and open up the hymnal to the Christmas carol section? I bet that if you look closely at those words, you'll find something there that you've never noticed before. Or what about this? Load your car trunk with Christmas treats and bring them to a homeless shelter. That's a new way to spread some cheer. Another word for Advent is arrival. Whatever kind of Advent you're living these days, my prayer is that your eyes and heart will be open to seeing the arrival of something new woven into this old, old story.